hello to another episode of Vampire the Requiem, Party Monsters. How is everyone doing tonight? Y'all good?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
We are finally back after a prolonged absence for the holidays and some juggling around to make sure that everybody could make it here. So welcome everyone who's coming out to enjoy everybody, in this little bike club of ours. So if you are new here, this is episode 2 of Vampire the Masquerade. What the hell am I even doing? I'm fired. Vampire the Requiem, Party Monsters, which is a joint venture between Dork Tales and None More Dark, which is a studio that I occasionally write for under my good buddy Sam Young, where we have been developing new rules for Vampire the Requiem for Storyteller's Vault, including a series of resurrected clan books. There are 4 out of 5 out, and I just got my drafts in for the night horrors for the last one in this morning, actually. So we'll see how those go. It is going to be fantastic. And I'm really excited to actually be debuting this. If you like what we do here and you like the stuff that you see here and want to incorporate it in your own games, go to Storyteller's Vault, look up None More Dark, or look up Gangrel, Ventru, Deva, or Maquette. They are these clan books are all available there, and they are fantastic. They're definitely sorry, my dog's barking. Definitely production quality that you would see with the old Onyx Path stuff back when they were releasing a lot more Requiem stuff. And they're really fun. They're really fun. Read the fiction. I wrote it. All right. And so without further ado, hi, everybody. I'm Kelly. I'm the storyteller here. I use he and him as my pronouns. And I'm really excited to be running these players through another night in our Vancouver Vampire the Requiem setting. And without further ado, I'm going to pass it over to you all. Let's go ahead and start with Chris. Hey, Chris. How's it going?
Hey, I'm Chris. I use he, him pronouns. I'm playing Erik Hildebrandt, a Maquette. What were they called? Norvegi again. It's been so long. I got to look at the character sheet again. He's the giant of a man that's like about 7 feet tall, quite broad and wide, and bit of a bruiser.
Nice. Well, there's no one in this game that's bigger than you, so let's pass it over to Amy.
Hi, I'm Amy. I use she, her, they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Lena Masters, the Macellarius Ventru, who is actually, I'm sorry, Chris, is larger and taller and thicker than.
How many C's we
Mr.
talking with that
Hildebrand.
thickness?
At least 8'4" of thickness and height and large.
Yep. We got a Dimitrescu in the house. Let's pass it down to Caitlin.
Hello, I'm Caitlin. Tonight, I use she, her pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Jilly Bean, the Nosferatu Candyman. And I'm super excited to get into it.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good. And finally, in the corner, hi, Winter.
Hi, I'm Winter. I play Cece LeBlanc, who is the Deva, and I'm also a she, her pronouns user, and yeah, she just is kind of here, likes to hang out, but not really. But here we are.
And you are in the Invictus as well as most of the cast, and you are playing, what's your bloodline?
My bloodline, that's a good question. I haven't looked at this page in a while.
So,
My bloodline was... Wait, no, we were keeping that a secret.
Were we? So if you can look up that logo, you find out what it is. All right,
yeah, Callisti.
Yeah, so a little bit of bookkeeping before we begin, because last game, we got a little bit in before, due to technical difficulties, we were a little behind. So I just quickly want to provide some beats for everybody. All right, so everybody, you all got, let's say, 1 beat for episode 1, 1 beat for showing up for the episode, 1 beat for... You know what, I'll give you 3 beats for the first episode, and did anybody succeed in one of their aspirations?
I don't think so. It was a very short first... Sorry, it was a very short first go at it.
It was a little romp.
Yeah, and I didn't actually have any aspirations written down, so...
You should probably do that.
I should do that.
You should do that when I'm not looking. All right. And all right, so nobody did. That's great. That means that there's less upkeep. So you got 3 beats to begin with. I will just mark that on my sheet, and then we will pick game up where we left off.
Yeah.
All right. I also found all of your old notes from the previous Vampire the Requiem Chronicle set in Vancouver, so I have a lot of information from like 2.5 years ago when the channel first started that I forgot. All right. All right, everybody is rocked. Everybody's ready to roll. Does anyone need any information before we begin? Nice. All right. And once again, if you like what we do here, go ahead and check out None More Dark over on Storyteller's Vault. And you can also just look up Kelly Clark. That'll pull up all of the stuff that I wrote for on these, and which is like a lot of good stuff. I'd love it if you did that. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Last time on Vampire the Requiem Party Monsters, you all were hired, well, tasked, I should say, by a man named Grigory. An Invictus, well, thug? One of the bully boys for the sheriff. Grigory is something of a monster around the city. The rumors say that he's ex-KGB. Immigrated to Canada to go into hiding. Got embraced, and now here you are. Tensions have been high in the city. The Invictus and the Carthian movement have been pressed at each other's throats, ready to bite from years now. And it seems at every turn, the Carthians are beginning to get small, but noticeable leg ups. They've been encroaching on several places of previous Invictus power. Richmond, for example, had been contained for a long time by a combination of the Ordo Dracul and the Invictus. But not that long ago, the Carthians began to move in, spreading down from Delta and their power base, where they also fought the Invictus over on Vancouver Island. Little by little, the Carthians have been picking away. And so it is with the utmost urgency that Grigory sent you to go find a Carthian named Nathan Sutton, who had intended to defect, to join the Invictus, and bring with him all of his information. For not only was he a devout member of the Carthian movement for some years, he was also one of their record keepers, one of their bookie boys, a man who knew the numbers. You were supposed to meet him at the Rio Theater. And you did, in a sense. Breaking into the place, you found a horror movie marathon, past hours, still streaming. Due to COVID, no one was present, but the theater was still running. A man was sitting in the front row, wearing the titular werewolf in the attic mask from the film that was on display. As you approached him, he didn't move, not even a muscle. And Cece, as you went to lift the mask off, you did so. It cleared his face easily, but the change in tension around his throat caused his decapitated head to fall onto the ground, rolling, until Nathan Sutton's eyes, decomposed to how they would have looked 2 decades before when he died, stared up at you like runny eggs. You heard the sound of someone entering the front door of the theater, back in the lobby. And that's where game ended. And I think that's where game is going to begin today. The head hits the floor and lulls. Overhead, the movie continues to play, blaring that awful type of horror movie music from like the late 90s. And it's just the 4 of you, with your heightened perceptions, you all are going to just be able to hear in the lobby outside. Someone has entered from the street. There is that buffer space where the concession stand is and the double doors that lead into the main theater. The body is slowly sliding down the theater chair after having been disturbed. Slowly you watch the jeans and hips begin to rise as the body crinkles down into the ground like it's deflating. The head stares up at you, Cece. What do you all do?
So Lena was in the aisle. She was closest to the doors.
Mm-hmm.
So when she hears someone coming in, she's gonna actually move to look at, basically not to be, okay, as fast as her very large frame will allow her, and as subtly as she can, because it's not exactly her forte, she's gonna go and take a peek at whoever the hell has entered.
Hello? Hey, Nathan, are you here? A man's voice calls out, slightly nervously, slightly stutteringly. Do you open the door and peek into the lobby?
Yeah.
Okay. You are going to see a man of fairly average build, a tiny bit soft around the middle, like he just like that college vibe, right? The I keep a bad diet because I work in computers, maybe, or I have a sedentary job, but otherwise looks like he gets a decent amount of exercise. Thin in the face, a little thick in the waist, if you get me. Is looking around the lobby right now. He has a camera bag thrown over his shoulder, and you can see that he has his cell phone out. The light is flashing, and he's using it as a flashlight to look around the darkened entryway.
Okay. Am I able to tell if it's a vampire or a human?
Yes, vampires, unless they are hiding themselves, you'll automatically be able to just kind of get the scent. You'll know a predator by looking at them. Their body language shifts. This man is not a vampire. In fact, he, as far as you can tell, is a roughly 30-year-old white man. Brown hair, about 4 or 5 days of stubble.
Okay.
Hello? He flashes the light over at you where you open the door. Hi. I'm here to meet Nathan.
He's indisposed.
Oh,
Why are you here to meet him?
He asked me we've been working together on a project.
Oh, that's funny. You didn't mention anything about that to me.
Oh, are you his, he had mentioned he had a girlfriend.
He's not no.
Oh, brother?
Colleague. Of sorts.
Oh. That's...
Acquaintances. We're not close.
Okay. If this is a bad time, I just noticed the door was open, and it's not usually safe to do that here.
I think you've misunderstood something.
I think I have. I will come back later. If you see Nathan...
No. Look, we are working with Nathan, and if you're working with Nathan, then that means that you're working with us as well. So, why don't you just let me know about why he called you over? Here, come in. And then she's gonna put very domineering, put a hand behind him and just start pulling him in towards the theater.
Okay.
She's like, yeah, so you can let us know. And she's trying to essentially projecting to the rest of the crew that there's a person here. Hey guys.
Sounds good. I want you to make me a presence plus persuasion roll. If you have anything that will add to that, and he's gonna make a contested roll.
Not too much, I don't think. Oh wait, do striking looks impact this?
Yes, it will. It would plus 2 dice.
I only have it at 1, so I think I just had 1.
Is it just plus 1 then?
Striking looks, I think it got
by the way,
updated
look
in...
at all of these copies of Vampire the Requiem I have for you.
Oh.
When I can finally meet up with you in person.
That would be amazing.
I'm gonna use one of your
books. Get my
books
notes back.
So, striking looks. Actually, for
124.
this, go ahead and add a plus 2 because he's not expecting this. I can tell you that
sure.
for sure.
Yeah, so normally it's for 1 dot, you get a plus 1 to any social rolls. that would be influenced by looks. So.
Okay.
Cool. But I will add 2 dice if that's okay. And 10s explode in this system, I'm
They
remembering?
do.
Good. That would be 4 successes.
Okay, I only got 3, unfortunately. Nervously, you will grip him by the shoulder, and kind of like you're guiding him by the small of his back, basically.
Yeah, well, it's
like
more
the
like
little-
it's more like right at his neck almost because of height. Just like, and it's a very strong grip. She's very, very firm.
Well, Miss, I can just give you what I was gonna drop off. I just have an Uber waiting outside. I wasn't really
won't
gonna.
take any time at all. Don't wanna just yeah.
Okay, sure, yeah. I mean, so long as it's not gonna take any time.
No.
Just my friends are waiting outside in the
Oh, your
Uber.
friends. Okay. You could invite them in as well, but
Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll go get them. Do me a favor.
yeah.
Take
She's
me
still
out.
like watching him closely.
Yeah, I can. I'll go get him if the movie's still playing. It should be good to go, right?
It won't take any time at all.
Oh yeah, of course. I just don't want to leave him waiting. Just give me.
Why don't you just text them?
The music's pretty how
about you keep talking, and if it's all right with you, Miss Masters, I'll go and grab his friend,
Perfect.
and I'll walk out.
Okay. He pauses and looks up at you. So did you want the thing that I was dropping off?
Of course.
Oh, cool. He'll reach into his bag. Erik, you'll step out the door and you'll see that there is a car kind of just like idling on the sidewalk, like right next to the sidewalk there. There's a man in his 40s sitting behind the wheel, kind of like drumming his hands, and you'll just hear like this like low bass line, like kind of ripping out of it on broken speakers. Doesn't seem like there's anybody else in the car.
I'll like lean back inside and just like, sorry, what was your name again?
Me? Judah. And, Amy, do me a favor. What's your defense?
My defense. It's only 3.
Okay. He's going to reach into his bag, pull out a paper wrapped package, and just like toss it at you. And then
I'm
he's
gonna let it drop on the ground if I can
just kind of
avoid it.
bounces off you.
Yeah.
He is going to pivot and just dart for the door as quickly as he can. And I'd like an initiative roll off of all of you.
Okay.
Who's
Alrighty.
gonna play?
It's just the D10 plus initiative mod. It's been a while. Oh
D10
no.
Plus initiative mod.
Apparently, being ready for some kind of flea is not enough for me to actually do well, so it's only gonna be a good old 6. Because I rolled a 1.
I'm gonna use a hurt the more to reroll that. There we go. Oh God. So Judah rolled a 24 on his 1 dice.
Oh my god.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
He's the Judah I think he is. He's good at running away.
He is. He really is. He really is. It's gonna be
I got
great.
a 12.
You got a 12. And what'd you get? Lena?
6.
6.
Wait, what did
okay.
I rolled a
roll for
1,
it, sorry?
but I get a plus 5.
So roll me a 1d10 and add your initiative score to it.
What's my initiative
So-
score?
Your initiative score is your composure plus your dexterity, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought I had that written down at some point, but it looks like I didn't. Okay, composure and dex.
It should be, yeah.
6.
Okay, and Caitlin, what'd you get?
11.
11. All right, so that means it goes Judah, Erik, Lena, Jilly, and then Cece, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because
I
Lena,
thought
what'd
I
you roll?
rolled higher than Lena.
Did you roll higher than Lena? Okay.
Yeah, that me and CC
CC
both got 6. Didn't we?
Okay. Sounds good. Then it defers to whoever has the higher initiative mod.
4.
4?
Mine's 5.
Okay. All right. So, Cece, you're inspecting. You're like looking at this decapitated body at this point. This in the main lobby though. This dude who just tosses the package at you is just going to spin and bolt. He is going to do his best to just dive through the front door. And take off running down the street. So in order to get past you, Erik, I'm going to say that there's 2 doors, so he kind of only has to hit one of them, but you are still kind of partially blocking his way. You're kind of hanging in the doorway. So what I want to do is a contested strength and athletics roll.
Okay, quick question.
Yes.
Contested strength and athletics?
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
cool. Never mind.
So
I got
you roll
this.
strength plus athletics, and I'm going to spend a willpower on this. And I'm going to lose a die in the process. Are you kidding me, Judah? Can you be good at this? Okay. All right, cool. And I lost another die because that's my life. Ugh. There we go.
We're looking for 9s
8,
and
9,
10s
10.
and 1s. 8, 9s, 10s, and 1s
8,
take
9, 10.
away.
Ones do not take away unless you have something that makes them take away.
Okay, I got 3.
You got 3? I got 3. So he is going to kind of like slam, kind of like brush past you, pushing out into the rain-slick Vancouver street along Commercial there, and is going to try to push past you. You're definitely going to slow him down a bit. It is your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try and grapple him and
Okay.
just pull it back inside.
All right. Now I have to remind myself how grappling rules work because I always forget. We just did this last game.
I think it's strength and brawl to.
Versus strength and brawl. So it's, all right. Did Judah go to the Y after Hunter? Let's find out.
Who knows?
Okay, so this is a new round. So that was his round. No, so he can't spend willpower again right now. So that's a thing. Okay, I'm gonna spend a hurt the more to reroll this.
4.
Well, I have 2, so it's not a complete victory on your half. Okay, so with 2 successes, there's going to be you are going to be able to. Oh, pardon me. To grab an opponent, it is strength and brawl minus his defense.
Oh, okay.
So we
should I
should
reroll that?
We should re-roll that because I read the contested portion of it. So Judah has a defense of 3 and he has an athletics score of 3 at this point in his life. So you'll be subtracting 6 from your roll.
Isn't defense include athletics already?
Because remember when we were using Hunter, we were using the hybridized system.
Gotcha.
Because second ed hadn't dropped yet. So those of you who are tuning in for the first time, we ran Hunter 2 years ago. Second ed is still coming out for Hunter. But
3.
God damn it. All right. So, he pushes past you, gets a couple of feet past you, but you are going to easily be able to, as he leaps over the curb and goes for the back door of that car, you're just going to grab him. How do you grab him?
I'm just gonna grab him by the neck, like back of the neck, and then just throw him and like put him back inside.
Oh, shit! All right. Inside.
And I'm just gonna say, once he's inside, I'm just gonna end my turn. It's like, I believe Miss Masters was still talking to you.
Sorry, I just... All right, Jilly, what are you doing? So you're hearing this ruckus out in the main room, and you hear... now, are you throwing him in hard, Chris? Okay, so I'm going to say that you hurl him hard enough that he is going to collide with the concession counter, cracking the glass with his head. Not enough to hurt him. Maybe there's a little bit of blood on it from like a scalp wound, but definitely that was a hard throw. Because you don't know your own strength. Let's be honest. You have what, strength 4?
Strength 3, vigor 3.
Oh, yeah. You have strength 6 right now. You're fine. So he cracks his head against the back there. Looks a little dazed, but is kind of holding it together. Jilly, from the other room, as you're kind of like looking at the dead body, hearing the ruckus, what are you doing?
Someone to play with. Let's go. She's gonna run and she wants to get into the fight.
Okay.
Sounds like fight. Let's go.
So you're gonna basically pump through those doors into the lobby right as this dude slams into the concession counter with his head. What do you do?
What's your worst nightmare? I want to use devotion on him.
Please do. Which devotion are we using?
Let me go back to it. Waking Nightmare.
Oh no.
Or it's not a devotion. I think it's just part of a nightmare.
Waking Nightmare?
Yeah. It's in the vampire book.
Okay.
Having altered a victim's belief and stoke their fears, the vampire can spark disturbing hallucinations. Oh wait, do I have to do them one after another?
You have to use some of them in order, yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
they build
What's the
on
first
top
one
of each
then?
other. So, LMNO.
Dread Presence. Oh, that's perfect.
Dread Presence is pretty great. Nightmare
That's
is one of the
perfect.
best additions to Requiem.
There's no dice either.
Nope, it just works. Oh god, you have Waking Nightmare. I forgot that you had that.
I have
So
Nightmare 4, yeah.
yeah, so you can use Dread Presence. I believe you could also use Face of the Beast if you wanted, which is equivalently Dread Gaze.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It basically makes them panic and flee. It gives them the frightened condition.
He was already running away, but you know what? That's he can be frightened anyways.
Sounds good. And that is an instant, and that is a contested resistance is selective. Yeah. So
Yep.
the fun thing about Face of the Beast is that if you'd already used Dread Presence, you can say that you are the fear that you're putting in his head.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go ahead, so which one are you using of the two of them?
Let's just go with Face of the Beast.
Face the Beast. All right, so spend a
Let's bump
Vitae
it up.
and do me a favor,
Yeah.
and you're going to roll Presence plus Empathy plus Nightmare versus my Composure. Chris, do you remember what Judah's Composure is? I think it was like 2?
I think so.
Okay. His sheet is in the closet right there, so I'd...
He had a decent resolve, but I think his composure was 2.
Yeah, no, his Composure was crap, like his dice rolls.
3.
Okay, cool.
Mine's not great.
Well, he failed, so you are going to get a success. He is immediately going to gain the Frightened condition, which, just so that you are aware, because conditions are fairly new to some of you, what this means is that he needs to leave right now. His only priority is getting the fuck away from the thing that frightened him, the hell with his stuff, his friends, his allies, and he will try to fight his way through like he's in a burning building. If he cannot get away, he will collapse on the ground in terror.
That sounds like Judah.
That sounds like fun.
Okay, so are you leaping up on the counter to do this, or just like leaning over him?
Leaning. I want to jump up onto the counter and then lean down.
Okay. So leaning over the popcorn display with like the junior mints and everything, he looks up at you, a little bit of blood trickling down the glass, and oh shit.
Pin him.
Lena, it is your turn. Mommy Stomp?
Well, I wanted more information from this guy. And I was kind of hungry. So, am I able to pick him up, like, full body, just, like, lift him up by his, like, shoulders or shirt or something?
Yes, you have enough strength to do that by far. What's your
Yeah.
strength and vigor together?
Should be a total of 5, because I got strength
Yeah.
3, vigor 2.
Yeah, I could lift this guy. I'm pretty sure that you could lift 2 of them with that strength score.
Yeah.
So,
So just, like, lift him up so that he's at her eye height, I think?
yeah, he is basically paralyzed from fear because of the frightened condition. So you're going to be able to grab him. He's going to, like, weakly struggle in your hands, kind of like a baby kitten. Just,
Yeah. But there's not really any... Is he too scared to have any rationality or sense or talk at all?
Yeah, well, why don't you see? What are you going to do?
I just want him to explain what he's doing here, and did you kill him?
Did I kill? I didn't kill. I didn't who?
It's funny that you show up right when Nathan is found dead.
Nathan's. Oh, fuck.
What do you know?
No, I was just cleaning up the footage on the tape. I mean, it's not a tape. It's not a tape. It's a digital. It's digital. It's not really a tape. It's just.
She's just letting him ramble, and she's just holding him up there.
It's in the package. I didn't. Fuck. I didn't kill him.
The package you threw at me?
All right, Cece, what are you doing during this?
So I'm hearing all of this in the main lobby, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, they fucking left me with the body. Those motherfuckers. Oh, fuck. Okay. She's gonna pick up the head and examine it.
Sounds good. So picking it up, can you do me a favor? What are you trying to gather from this?
More about, like, his death thing. Because, like, he's a vampire, right? But he's dead.
He is. So, yeah, why don't you go ahead and make me an intelligence plus medicine or investigation, whichever tickles your fancy more.
Okay. Probably be just my intelligence. Okay. And then this one, is it 6s or 7s?
So it's 8s, 9s, 10s.
Oh no!
You're too used to playing Old World.
I got and then 10s don't do anything though, right?
10s reroll. You count them and you reroll them.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Ones don't do anything for you.
Okay, so I got 3 successes.
3 successes. And was that medicine or investigation?
Investigation.
Looking down, you're going to see that the wounds on his throat are ragged. They look like they were caused by claw marks of some kind. Deep, gouging claws that serrated all the way through his flesh, ripping through his spinal column. But there's very little blood. Like, this seems like there was no struggle. There are no other wounds, like, on his body that you can see. It looks like someone came up behind him and just ripped his head off.
Is the blood dry or still kind of gooey?
It's vampire blood, so it actually is naturally fairly gooey. Now, most of the blood in his system has started to dissolve, and I mean, if you can absolutely can. The funny thing about vampire blood is when it is exposed to the environment for about 15 minutes, it kind of waters down into its component plasmas.
Yeah.
So if you do a blood sample of a vampire, you are going to get like 30 different blood types.
Cool.
Well, I mean, there are only so many blood types, but you get my point. You're going to 30 different blood samples.
I'm curious. Just.
Absolutely, yeah. Go ahead. You can go ahead and you're just doing a little sample. Do you have any abilities or powers that let you taste anything specific in blood?
I don't believe so. No. No.
So, if you're tasting the blood, you can go ahead and with that. Yeah, he's been dead for a while. This is kind of like runny, and it's basically like the runny egg of blood. He's been dead a while. And what you would know as well is that when vampires die, unless they are reduced to ash by something, they age back to the point when they originally died.
How old does he look?
He looks like he's been dead for about 20 years.
Yeah.
20, 30, something like that. It's kind of, there's a certain point of diminishing returns in terms of rot, and he is definitely an aged corpse. In fact, as you are looking at the neck, it is kind of hanging in these strips. Like if you've ever tried to cut wrapping paper with some dull scissors, the way that it kind of like bunches and tears. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like in these chunks of rotted flesh that are hanging there, still clinging with that kind of liquidy, runny
Okay.
grossness. to them. Are you going to grab anything else off his body, look around the scene at all? Do you have any heightened abilities or anything?
Not at this moment, but I am going to try to see what he's got in his pockets.
Sounds good. He has a... Did they forget it? 3 successes. Hey, they did. You're going to find that he has a cell phone in his back pocket. The screen is cracked.
Fuck.
And it looks like it's an iPhone 7.
Okay.
That the screen's cracked, and but it seems to have power. Like it's got like the light will come on a tiny bit through the cracked screen.
Okay.
And you'll find a set of keys as well as his wallet.
Cool, I take it.
Cool. The wallet has no money in it, but
Fuck.
it does have a driver's license, and you will see that there is a set of car keys and a house key, as well as a few other keys on his key ring.
Cool, mine.
Sounds good.
Cool. And with his body now too, like there's nothing we can do for him, right?
There
No.
is not. You are also going to find that just checking his pockets real quick, he'll have like just a bunch of random crap in it. But one of the things that you will find is a business card for someone named Judah. What's Judah's last name again? Remind me.
Johnson.
Judah Johnson. Oh, that's right. You're JJ.
Yep.
Judah Johnson, and it's a business card for a independent videographer.
Huh, okay. I'll also put that in the wallet and into my bag. But basically what I'm thinking right now is we need to move the body, so she's just gonna crack the limbs at the joints so that she can fold it.
Okay. Make me... What's your strength score? And vigor, to combine, please.
Where's vigor on these sheets?
It's on your disciplines. So,
discipline.
dead center.
Alright. My vigor is at 1 right now, and then
And what's your strength?
is 2.
Okay, three points of strength. You'll struggle with it a bit. You'll grab him by the legs and start folding him. And as you're starting to fold him,
I'm trying to
you're going...
break. I'm trying to break the.
Okay, cool. Then you're not going to be caught off guard when suddenly you hear and you like jump up slightly as his spine just collapses, and you tear him in half like a matchbook.
Yeah, making him smaller.
There is at that moment there is going to be a sound beneath you where his back skin is going to rip and the rest is just going to like flop out onto the ground. Sort of. It's very desiccated, but still, there you have definitely filleted him by accident, I guess would be one way to put that. Okay. Meanwhile, in the lobby, Judah is going to keep rambling. I was just hired. I was just hired to clean up some footage. I did it, man. I did it. I'm just doing this as a favor. I don't know anything is going on. Please just don't Erik, what do you do?
I'm gonna just kind of like look down at him, very unimpressed.
Look up.
And
He's
then,
being held by Lena.
Sorry, right. I'm just going to wait and just see what the boss wants to do with him. I'm gonna lick my lips a little bit and just wait.
Okay. Jilly, what do you do? So he's now being like hovered above you.
You're pretty funny. Do you want a candy? She's gonna try to like shove a candy into his mouth because he's
Okay.
crying and it's open.
It's gonna go right in. What does this candy do?
Nice. I was just going to use the just the sweet stuff. So it's one of my Vitae ones.
Okay, so he will need to test for Vitae addiction. Good for them. Good for him. Because on mortals, that's what that does, if I'm not mistaken.
I like it.
All right.
I believe you would know. I think you wrote it.
I think I wrote it. He's gonna roll it around in his tongue. You're gonna watch this marble of crystallized sugar and blood dissolve on his tongue, like a sugar cube on water. And he's just gonna start like weeping openly. This is really tasty. Oh god. Lena, what would you like to do?
Lena's eyebrows are gonna go up a little bit, and she's gonna look at Jilly and go, what does that one do?
Just a candy.
Can you grab the package? She'll motion her head over. She's still holding this guy. She's like,
Yep, I'll go and grab the package and open it up, see what's in it, and possibly bring it over.
Okay. Inside, you will see that there is a solid-state hard drive.
I think it's one of those computer things. I'll bring it over to Lena and show her.
I barely know how that works.
Either.
Guess we're not killing him immediately. I mean, Cece probably knows how it works, right?
I think that's kind of her thing.
Yeah. Lena's gonna just, like, look at this guy, and she kind of wants to take a bite. She's hungry.
Okay. All right,
Yeah.
sounds good. Taking a bite of him, how much Vitae are you going to drink?
See if I have double check if there's a Macellarius thing about that. One sec.
Yeah, you can juice box him if you really want to.
Yeah.
So the way that it works is each point of Vitae that you drain inflicts a point of lethal damage. If you inflict more points than their stamina score, they gain a condition called Drained, which is very bad.
Yeah, I'm just double checking if there's like a thing I have to do to like stop from eating.
No, I don't believe so. Trying to remember what your secondary weakness is as a Macellarius.
Yeah, that's what I'm double checking. I didn't write down the page number. I'm smart.
You have to pay more for clothes and places to sit.
Yeah. One sec.
Totally. We're using new rules that, I wrote a lot of them, but that doesn't mean I remember them.
Yeah, I've got the page number saved on one of these things.
Totally.
Wow.
So, if you inflict the drain condition, just so everyone knows, they suffer a -2 to all physical actions and roll to destabilize and survive injuries as well. And if he exerts himself physically after that, he has to make a stamina roll or pass out for an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. But basically, it hoops you.
That is not the right page number. That's very annoying. Okay. I was trying to figure out what the Epicurean curse was. It's one of the Bane things.
Totally. Well, let me open it right now, and I'll take a look. So that's in Bloodlines, the Devoted.
Yeah.
And that is Macellarius. So thank you very much, you patient people, for listening. Macellarius.
No, that's not it.
Twist of the Blood. Discipline. Bloodline Bane. You are constantly tempted to consume unless you have fed on at least 10 minus humanity points of Vitae tonight. You suffer a -2 to all frenzy rolls as if you were hungry.
Okay. So does that apply here? As she ate a little bit and like had a.
Yeah, you know what?
Was that sufficient? Because my humanity is 6.
So you would have had to drink at least 4 points of Vitae tonight, and you have not quite done that.
No.
You ate
I
a
don't
big
remember.
steak, which was worth 1 because you're Macellarius.
Yeah, and then I think I had a bit of the.
So I think you're about halfway there, so which is unfortunate because you're kind of looking at him and you're kind of licking your lips.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead.
And she's probably and Macellarius are pretty messy eaters too, so this is gonna be rough.
All right, go ahead and bite in, and then what I'd like you to do is make me a resolve and composure roll at a -2.
Resolve and composure at a -2, you say?
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
I failed at that. There's no successes.
Okay, well, let's have some fun. This beat is sick. It could be a different Judah.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. That's okay. We knew this is how it was gonna go. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He has a blood in his pocket. Alright, so with Frenzy, the way this is going to work is when faced with this, you're doing a -2, you do Resolve and Composure, penalties, modifiers, dramatic failure results in a Frenzy, and failure means that you succumb to Frenzy. Success means that you resist the beast, but gain the tempted condition. So you are going to try to sate yourself. If you wish, you can spend a willpower to stave off the beast for 1 turn.
Well, I think we just decided that CC can probably figure out the technology side of this, so it doesn't really matter if we hold on to him. Plus, we can probably find another human. I can probably afford to hire someone if we really need to.
True. Just remembering you might not want to kill him though, just because you still are Humanity 6. But
yeah,
but
I'm
that's
not
up to you.
intentionally trying to kill him.
Okay. So in that case, you are going to be able to use. So you're drinking off of him, which means that we are going to immediately jump into seeing how quickly you can slurp this boy down. That is going to be the feed move. As soon as I find it. All right, feeding scenes. The feed move. So I believe you are able to drink a number of points of vitae per round equal to your blood potency.
Yeah, my blood potency is 2, and
you steal 1 point of vitae per success. Oh, that's if you are tearing it out. So it's a grapple roll. So you can do your blood potency in blood drain per turn. So biting into his throat, you're going to guzzle down, gain 2 points of vitae. How many points of vitae are you down?
So I have a max of 11 I can have, and that would put me up to 10.
Okay.
Are you also able to have more from your discipline?
Yes. What's your Carnum score?
So Carnum is 2, and I think that only applies once I hit max.
Is it?
How does that work? Vampires is okay. Size acts as a penalty on rules to establish grapple against with the vampire. Can hide additional vitae equal to Carnum inside his bulk supplementary blood pool. It must reach his blood potency limit before he can add to the Carnum track and cannot spend from it without first taking instant action to transfer it to the normal pool.
Yep. So basically, that means that once you are full at 11, then you fill that the secondary tank.
Yeah, with an
additional. All right.
2.
So then that is going to be a -2 from him. Sounds good. All right. So that is your turn, Cece. Back in the main area, you are looking around. You find his. You find Nathan's wallet, all of his stuff. What else are you doing? You hear the ruckus in the main lobby seems to have faded away. But you're going to notice a cold breeze kind of pulling through. Now that the front door is still partially open, it's kind of, and like the door into the lobby is still on its slow swing shut on hydraulics, you're going to feel that there is a breeze kind of pulling through the theater.
I'll look to where I think I can feel it.
The emergency exit to the left of stage is open, just a tiny crack.
I will go and investigate that.
Okay, sounds good. As you go and investigate it, you are going to see that it opens to a back alley, and it looks like the door was propped open with just a small pebble.
But there's no one here now?
If you're looking into the back alley, can I get a perception roll from you? That's going to be wits and composure. You don't suffer darkness penalties because you have vampire.
Four successes.
4 successes. Looking around, there's no one here at the moment. Aside from, there are a few cardboard boxes that have been dragged into the back alley under an awning. You can see a couple of feet jutting out of the darkness, people that have made their homes there. You'd say with your ability to see in the dark, there are about 4 individuals kind of like crouched underneath these boxes waiting out the rain that are kind of tarped with old plastic bags and bits of shopping bags that have been taped together hastily with mailing tape.
And can I feel anything from them like it is also human, like how Lena could?
You don't think any of them are vampires. But who knows? Maybe they saw something.
She'll walk over to the box.
Okay. And you're gonna try to do what there?
Excuse me.
And I think that's a good point for us to cut back to what Judah's doing. Judah, what are you doing? Oh, not Judah. I'm Judah. Sorry, I'm used to you, Chris, being Judah. Judah is going to start to faint. Erik, what are you doing?
I'm going to, well, the boss is having a snack. I'm going to go and make sure that the door is shut, and try and pretty much stand in the way of the car that his friend is in, and what's going on behind me, just to try and make sure that she's not seen while doing this.
Okay, so you're gonna hang out at the door. You're gonna hear, doo, 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 and then
Perfect.
you're gonna hear, hey, you! Is that asshole coming back or what? The guy from the car shouts at you.
Did he say his name was Judah?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. Judah's a bit busy right now. Why don't you come back later?
Oh, fuck. You tell him he better give me 5 stars.
I'll tell him.
You need a ride? I got the cleanest Uber in the city, bud. Got free sparkling water.
I'm good for now, thank you.
Yo, peace out, brother. Bzzzt. Drives off into the night in the electric vehicle.
I don't get these kids.
All right, Jilly. He's starting to convulse slightly as Lena is snarling and just devouring his blood. What do you do?
Oh, he's passing out. He was really fun to fuck with. Okay. Hey, are you gonna continue? She's gonna like poke him.
He starts frothing slightly at the mouth, little bits of blood kind of bubbling up. Lena.
Well, he's no fun anymore.
Take another 2 points of blood.
Can I attempt to stop eating?
You can spend a willpower point.
Oh, do I want to spend a willpower point?
Are you full?
I'm adding to my Carnum now. I just stabbed
She's
myself
on a
with my
reserve
pencil.
tank.
Yeah. I can do one more. But yeah. Yeah. I'll spend a willpower to
Okay,
not
so-
completely kill this guy.
So that will give you 1 round to basically like remove yourself from the stimulus.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll take that 1 point and then just like remove mouth from very bloody neck place and place this figure back down on the counter? She'll put him on the counter, just kind of lay him
Okay.
down.
And then where do you go to remove yourself from his presence?
How far do I have to go?
I would say out of sight or smell.
She'll go back into the theater and be like, just to Erik, be like, just deal with. Oh wait, Jill, you deal with that.
Okay. You'll step into the theater and start to gain a sense of composure. And as you are away from him, you're sated enough that you're going to start to come out of frenzy as you kind of snarl. Now you mean to say, deal with that. What comes out is something more like, deal with that.
Yeah.
As you storm into the theater, and as your beast kind of recoils a bit, you realize that, wait, where's Jillian? Wait, not Jillian. Where's Cece? Jillian, he is set down on the bar and is like frothing slightly. Although your sweet treat, I think, probably saved his life.
All right. Well, I don't know. What do you usually do? What does she usually do with them? Do you want me to take him outside? She's gonna hop off the counter and like scoop him up.
Yep.
Either
Like Princess Carrie.
clean up or you might have some more information. We should
Should we
probably
tie him up and bring him with us?
We should probably do that for now. I'll take care of all
Alright.
the blood.
Do you have rope? Yeah, I don't carry it on me.
Don't what?
I don't carry any rope on me. Do you have any?
I don't think he's waking up for a while.
Okay.
And
Meanwhile-
I'm going to use Triss hand and turn my hand into, or like predatory aspect, and use Triss hand to turn my hand into just a whole bunch of needles and syringes. And I'm just going to go around the area and just clean up all of the traces of blood on Judah's blood off the ground, so that there's no evidence left except for
gain
the
a point of vitae.
Cool.
Yep, there was just enough. It's a head wound. There would have been enough blood. And so
I
as
mean,
you're doing that,
stuff's still smashed, but no blood.
Yep, still smashed, but whatever. A little bit of duct tape will fix that. Back outside, Cece, you approach the box. And can you do me a favor and make me a presence or manipulation, depending on how you're going about this, and persuasion roll. Alternatively, you could use streetwise.
Oh. Definitely gonna use persuasion for this, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Three successes.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I am ready. Okay, so approaching it, how do you go about this?
Can you help me?
A girl leans out from one of the boxes. She looks like she's in her mid-20s. This one side of her head is slightly grown out from where it was shaved probably about a month ago, and is about half an inch long now. The rest of it is dyed with with basically like a chin length undercut that kind of dangles down, and is dyed kind of like a teal that's faded out.
Okay.
Are you okay?
No. I was in the theater hiding, and someone was following me, and I was in there, and I just wondering if did you see anyone come down this way through the back door?
Oh, yeah, there was a guy that came through here. Hey, and she'll get up. She's dressed basically in the exact wrong outfit for this, kind of like a bit of punk clothing, really ripped pants with fishnets underneath, kind of tucked into like oversized military boots. Definitely kind of echoing like the old like 90s goth attire movement,
Nice.
but kind of in like a modern 90s throwback windbreaker on top.
Mm-hmm.
And she approaches and kind of like puts a hand on your elbow to kind of brace you, and like, look, like he's been gone for a while. Like it was the blonde guy.
Yeah, I met him on Tinder, and we were supposed to meet for coffee, but then
Are you okay? Do you need me to look? I have friends down at Wava. I can help you out. Like, did he touch you? Are you okay?
he tried, but I ran away, and he was chasing me, and then I hid in the theater, and I think he followed me, and I just stayed as quiet as I could.
It's
He
okay,
left.
it's okay.
He left.
No, it's okay. It's okay. If you wanna call anybody, like, do you have your phone? Do you have anybody you can call? Like, just no cops.
Yeah, no. I just want to go home.
Okay.
I was scared to move.
It's okay. What's your name? What's your name?
Catherine.
Catherine. I'm Nev. And that's Danny. We can walk you to the curb if you want.
No, could you do one thing for me instead?
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, anything. We got to stick together, right?
Can you walk out to the end of the alley and just check that there's no one there?
Yeah, absolutely. Just one sec. And she'll go down, reach into her little box, and is going to pull out like a length of rebar and kind of tuck it up her shirt sleeve. It's okay. I'll be right back, okay? Everything's fine. She kind of tries to hide it from you, but like you're paying attention. And you can definitely see this. She is going to make it down to the end of the alley, and you'll see that inside of the box, another person is going to be looking up at you. Much more round-faced. Danny is. Well, you're not exactly sure. They're a very round-faced person. A lot of like facial piercings. A lot of eyeliner that's a little bit streaked. You're kind of having trouble determining like gender presentation there, but definitely is just kind of eyeing you with like this really kind of like watery sympathy look. Are you okay?
I just moved here and I'm trying to make
shit, this
friends.
city sucks, fam. Do you need like I've got like if you need to calm down, I've got a vape pen. Do you want to take a like it's loaded with the THC drops right now, if that's cool. Just so you know, it's I have a friend who kind of dabbles like in experience. It's a little strong.
Just a little.
Okay. So yeah, you can easily take a pull off that. It's not going to do
What
anything.
she's going to do
Mhm.
is she's actually going to bite her tongue as she goes and puts it in her mouth and takes a drag.
Okay.
But contaminates it with her blood and then passes it back.
Okay. So they are going to take a hit off of it as well. And are you okay? I think you.
He tried to hit me.
Oh, honey. Do you want to come here and sit down?
No, it's okay. Are you guys okay though?
Yeah, my dad kicked us out because he was really big on like, you know, having like a big strong son, and was excited when I started dating Nev, and then I was like, well, I have a girlfriend, so you got half of what you wanted. And then yeah, he didn't take it too well, so he kicked me out, and we're just waiting for an apartment we have lined up like down in Surrey.
Since you
But
guys are like the first nice people to meet me here, I can help you with that. I need roommates.
sure. We can talk about the we don't
Majesty.
Okay, let's see. Which one are you using?
I think I just have Majesty 1 at this point.
Okay, so center of attention. No worries at all.
I
How
just
to get
wanna-
roommates in Vancouver? You have to use supernatural disciplines. Or Craigslist.
Fair. It's almost
Same
the
thing. God. How to get a bunch of ghouls real quick, or a bunch of herd. Okay, so Majesty 1, let's take a look at this. So reaching out with your supernatural charisma. I keep flipping back to dominate by mistake. There we go.
I wish I had Dominate.
So this means that whenever you're using presence, you can add your Majesty dots to it. And basically at that point, you only have Majesty 1, right?
Yeah, just the one for right now.
Okay, so you're just going to seem much more trustworthy, much more center of attention. You're going to get that whole glow that when your tears fall, the light kind of shimmers off the tears.
Okay.
You're a Bishojo. Ooh. Are you like
Please.
I mean
At least for a night or two. I just really don't want to be by myself.
yeah, like give me a few minutes. I think that Nev would be fine with that. Let me just go ahead and I'll start taking down our stuff just so we don't leave it here, okay? In the meanwhile, come under the awning so that you don't get wet, okay? The last thing we want to do is have you catch a cold, because, like, you know, everything that's going on right now, the last thing you need is to catch, like, whatever strain we're on right now.
Oh,
Delta,
1 second.
Omicron.
Can you hold that? I'm a part of this group here trying to make friends, and I think my phone's been buzzing.
Oh, sure. Okay. So
I'm just gonna let them know where I am. Maybe somebody can come, but I don't know. People suck.
People suck. Like, really suck. Like, really, really. Meanwhile, so as you're checking your phone, and are you texting your coterie?
Yep.
Okay. So, Lena, you're still kind of gaining control of yourself. So, Erik and Jilly in the lobby. You're fireman carrying him. Where are you headed?
I'll probably back into the theater.
Okay.
Meet up with the group.
Lena, give me that resolve and composure roll again at flat.
So not the -2?
No, because you have drank enough blood that you don't have. You're not hungry anymore.
Hey. That is successful.
Okay. So
3 successes.
You're going to compose yourself. You're going to find your calm. You're going to lick your lips, and then as soon as you do, you're going to hear as the doors are going to open, and Jillian is fire carrying a man larger than her, with Erik kind of flanking, and it's at that point that you're going to notice that, like, this guy, Judah's not an unattractive man, but it's pretty funny to see him limply being carried by this, like, fairly small girl by comparison. Also, what color is Lena's lipstick?
It's like red.
Cool. There is a big red lipstick kiss on the side of his neck from where you bit him.
Oh. But he's not, like, still bleeding and gushing out.
No, I'm assuming that you licked it shut on your way out.
Yeah, she might have not been thinking about it too much. So she's like, oh, good. Huh, well, that works out. She's gonna pull out some, like, wet wipes and start wiping her hands and face and just, like, cleaning herself up as she's walking down and looking around for where the hell did Cece go?
Okay. Cece, did you take the rock out of the door when you went out? So you left in, okay. And you are going to get a text message at this point. It's going to buzz you, and Cece, let me know what it says.
The text will say, I'm just in the alley talking to some kids. They saw someone here. Come find me. I'm crying.
Okay.
Heart emoji.
Okay. So, you get... and that appears on your phones. Whoever is able to check. Who would be checking that message? In your little group
Lena
chat.
would.
Okay.
I don't use newfangled technology like that.
My hands are full.
Yeah, so Lena would check.
Okay.
Huh.
So that is what you will see.
Where'd she go?
Out into the alley, apparently.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go. How'd she get there?
Get some garbage bags or something to put that in.
And
He's just drunk. Oh.
You'll see that there's like a body just goes onto the floor up ahead of you.
Yeah.
What did Cece do to him?
She got angry, maybe.
Hmm.
And my hands are full. Someone else deal with that guy.
I'm
Erik,
on
would
it.
you mind? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go check the door.
All right. Opening into the back alley, the rain is still kind of trickling down outside, and as it is, you're going to notice that CC is kind of texting and standing next to like a paper, well, a box, like little box village in this back alley there. Someone is walking rounds, and it looks like kind of an early 20s girl, like looks around the edge of the back building and goes, "There's nobody back here. It's all safe."
After the door shuts, I'm just gonna whisper under my breath, always fucking cleaning up her messes.
Sorry, was someone else saying something just a second ago?
So that was as the door shut. So Nev is going to call back that, like, there's nobody up here, and then is going to pause as soon as Lena steps into the alley and goes, "Oh, big."
And I'll look over and be like, "You came."
Julie's gonna like kick open the door and like
no.
because she can't use her hands, so she's gonna like trundle through with Judah's with Judah.
Oh, whoa. What happened?
Oh,
Says,
he's just like really drunk. Don't worry about it.
You're really strong.
Cece! Darling! Lena's gonna take a couple steps forward and just like give Cece a big hug and like pick her up and be like, "Are you okay, darling? We were so worried. We hadn't heard from you."
Again! Why did you set me up?
I did what now?
You told me I had to get out. Get out.
See, okay, I can't understand half of what you're saying.
These guys helped me. They're nice.
Are they?
Hi. I'm glad you're are these your friends, honey? Okay, good.
I was just telling, and I'm gonna be talking to Lena. I was just saying that I've been looking for roommates, and that they should come and maybe take a look at the place, because otherwise they're just living in a box.
I see. Well, we still have to clean up after the thing.
They saw the Tinder guy leave, though, a while ago through the back door when I was hiding.
Yeah, no, he's long gone.
What do you look? I've never met him. I'm curious.
He's full of shit, that's what he is.
I'm
Like if it was
sorry.
the same guy, he was like sick. No, he's kind of short, like 5'9", 5'8", something like that. Like, kind of like. You remember when Bradley Cooper was good looking?
Okay.
Kind of like that, but like with like kind of like curly blonde hair, like like kind of long, like a little too long. Like it worked, but it like it's not really. Yeah, it was a weird look.
Wow, he sounds like a piece of shit. Does he sound like anybody we know?
Yeah, he looked like
Okay.
a fuckboy. You can make me an intelligence and politics roll.
May I also do
I
that?
have
Yes.
politics.
Kindred
There's
politics.
intelligence and politics
Yeah.
and I get my specialization for kindred politics.
Yep, that adds +1 dice.
Yeah. Nope. Nada.
Really?
No. 6 dice and nada.
Oh, I got
Nah.
4 dice and re-rolling. No, just 2.
Just 2?
Yep.
Off the top of your head, the first person that you think of is you think that's Brayman.
Oh.
The oldest member of the Carthian movement in the city. He was the head of the Carthian movement until recently, where he was replaced by an up-and-comer named Kalika Khan, and instead has become the Myrmidon, which you basically don't know. He's kind of like the Matt Murdock of the Carthian movement now. Is like in charge of settling their internal legal disputes and things like that.
Yep, sounds like a dick. How long ago did he pass by here?
Couldn't have been like, I guess, Well, I said it was about 2 hours, the girl said, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really feeling time at the moment.
Not so
That's
bad.
fair.
It was right when... It was when your birth control alarm went off. Oh, so that, she'll check her watch and... Yeah, so about 30, 40 minutes ago?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that, I think.
Difference.
Well, my alarm goes off at, you guys got there about just before midnight, right? I believe you did?
Mm-hmm.
I
so.
think so.
I think so.
We went there right away, and I wasn't sure what time we arrived at the
I'm
gathering.
going to say that you got there like about 11:30, 11:35, somewhere around there. She's like, well, it was like right after, he left right before my alarm went off, and it goes off every night at 11, so I take my pill.
Okay. Well, you can, if you want, you can stay at least a night in my apartment. I can give you the key, and I have some cash that you can take a taxi. Please do.
Make me a presence and persuasion roll, and add +4 to this. Because they've been sleeping in this alley in Vancouver winter rain for about 2 weeks now. So I think that's worth a +2 bonus on top of what your other bonuses.
So that's 6 right off the bat, and I'm re-rolling 5.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Nice.
6. But you don't re-roll if they turn into a 10 again, right?
Yeah, you do.
Oh my god. Okay, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Winter, take a beat. Because that's ridiculous.
That turned into 12 successes.
12 successes, they're gonna just like look and, oh my god, you're like a saint. You're like a real honest to God saint. Oh my god, what I didn't get your name. Did you, Neff, what's your name? Honey, what's Catherine. It's Catherine.
Call me Kathy.
Yeah, sure.
Or Cat. Cat's
Cat?
cuter.
Oh, Cat, you're so, oh my god, Cat. We would love to. Thank you. Can I give you a hug? I don't want to violate your space. I know you're kind of in a, okay. And Nev will give you like a big tight hug. Like, I'm feeling really huggy too. You're gonna hear Danny say from the box, and they're gonna kind of climb up and go and kind of hug you, kind of from behind, kind of like doing the bury the head in the side of the shoulder sideways kind of hug.
I'm just gonna look at the other three, be like,
Julie's gonna do that thumbs up, kind of like shifting Judah and just out of sight of them.
Why don't I call my car so we can regroup? Yeah?
Good call.
I'll wait for you out by the... Yeah, and Lena's just gonna totally poised, just walk down the aisle, like the alleyway out into the, like, to the street and just wait.
Sounds good.
Pull her phone out.
Sounds good. You'll be able to summon your car. If you're giving Nev and Danny your keys and some money for a cab, they will go and grab that immediately, asking if do you need anything in your house? We can totally go by a store. Like, basically just asking like what you need from them.
Can you she'll give them a little bit more cash to be like, can you stop by McDonald's and get some chicken nuggets?
Oh yeah. Huh. We're your nug thugs. And so they are going to clear out and run out to grab a cab, or you know what, they've got cell phones, so they're going to get an Uber. A car is going to go up. Hey, you need a lift? Are you Danny? Yeah, I'm Danny. Yeah, I'm your Uber. It's funny, I was just here. All right, let's go. And they're going to depart. And as they do, your car is going to pull up. The amazing stretch Rolls-Royce Phantom is going to pull up in front of you. And your driver is going to get out abruptly and Miss Masters.
Thank you. He's gonna wait for the others and be like, all right, hop in, and she's gonna get in.
You all climb into the Rolls-Royce Phantom, and you begin driving down into the night.
What the fuck was all that noise you guys were making in the lobby?
This guy.
Did we just put him on the ground, like in?
Oh, she probably would have like shoved him in first, all the way to the side, and then like slumped him against the window, knocking his head a little bit. Probably. She's not very gentle.
Yeah.
Cool. And you grabbed Erik on your way through,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, we would have.
Good. All right.
Oh,
So, driving in the car with an unconscious man on the floor.
And
It's usually where my dog goes, so.
Is your dog in the front seat right now?
I think the dog's out somewhere. I sent it off.
Okay. The dog
Eric's
is
like,
having-
I get to see.
The dog's at the movies.
Oh,
Could be. I mean, I can apparently communicate with it if it's because I think this one is set up as my familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think I probably just sent it off to go hunting or something.
Yeah, it's important that we find out what this guy was doing with Nathan.
yeah, I wonder if it's on the thing he was gonna give Nathan.
Yeah, and I'll hand it over to Cece. Do you know what this is?
Okay, I'm looking at it. What is it?
It's a solid state hard drive.
It's a solid state hard drive.
Like kind of an external backup one. Like it's one of those ones, industrial ones that are designed to be like treated very poorly and survive.
It's hardcore. Massive core on this one too.
But maybe
But he had it? Like what was he doing with it?
Giving it to Nathan, I think. That's what he said. He was just gonna drop off the package to Nathan. It was in a package.
Talking about editing footage.
Okay, so Nathan's got something on this that he is trying to be very careful about. But he got intercepted out there, and we might have an idea or two of who might have been from the Carthian movement.
That's what I'm assuming. I didn't ring any bells for me, but
Sounded a little familiar, but you know me, I don't like to get out.
It did sound like the Bremen guy.
will that ring any bells for Lena once the
Um,
name gets dropped?
Bremen, absolutely.
Yeah.
Bremen.
guy. That's the one.
Bremen is very old, very powerful, and very Irish.
So, I have
To me,
Grigori's number, don't I?
You do.
I'm gonna text him. Or I'm gonna try and see if texting works. Actually, she's gonna start texting and then she's gonna say, oh, fuck this. And she's gonna actually call Grigori.
Right, so while you're doing that, I'm also taking out Nathan's phone, and I'm trying to see if I can get into it.
Okay, the screen is busted, so you'd have to do a repair or plug it into a computer to access anything at all.
Fuck.
But I
Okay.
mean, if you have computers and could buy a screen at like a secondhand store, you could.
Or I could just get to a computer and plug it in.
Drew. You have quick question. You have all of Nathan's things, right? Including Nathan.
I believe so.
I don't know. That was Erik. Does Erik have Nathan?
So Erik kind of was bringing bags. You know, I'm gonna say that
Yeah.
Erik tossed Nathan in the trunk in a bunch of like Ziploc bags or hefty
Nice.
bags.
It's like he's not like what kind of condition was his body in? You said it was a really
20 years of decay.
20 years of decay.
And cracked.
Perfect. I'm pretty much would have tried to grab some, like, while everything else was going on outside, grab some cleaning supplies, just make sure there wasn't anything left behind, and try and just shove them into like a whole bunch of plastic garbage bags and
You're
put
not
going
to be able to get some of that smell out of what that theater seat he was on.
That's, you know what,
it was cloth.
It's a theater in downtown Vancouver. It probably smells that way anyway.
Cannot confirm or deny. All right. So with that, you have his phone. You can just get to a computer and get that working. You'll need to get through his passcode or hope that his camera's working. Way that you can kind of access it that way. But yeah, you'll be able to make some progress. So you call Grigory. And yes. What?
Someone got to him first.
What? They gave him a ride somewhere? Great. Go intercept.
No, he's in pieces. And it seems like...
You mean figuratively or
No,
literally?
I mean literally. We had to scoop up entrails. Well, Erik did.
Fuck!
And, it sounds like a familiar face was leaving before we got there. Bremen. Looks like the Carthians weren't so happy about someone jumping ship.
That potato-sucking fuck?
That's the one.
What a piece of... So he killed his own man rather than...
That's what it looks like.
Look, I have something going on right now. I have problem that you cannot deal with, but this is problem you can deal with. You can find stuff out, do fucking investigation.
That's what we were gonna try.
Do fast, okay? Do fast.
Understood.
He had information, very, very important information. I'm going now. You figure this fucking thing out. Yeah?
Of course.
Good. And he will just like click. Can you do me a favor? I want you to do me a favor and make me a wits and composure roll. Give me a -2 on that because it is over the phone.
Wits and composure -2?
Yeah.
1 success.
There was something weird about his voice. It sounded like whenever he was intaking breath to speak again, which is really one of the only reasons the vampires ever breathe, you heard this kind of like scratching, sucking noise. Like there was something wrong with his throat.
Like maybe someone was holding it?
Holding it. Maybe he had it damaged. Someone punched him. Maybe he had just like drank a lot of vodka and it maybe like puckered it a bit or something.
She's gonna look at her phone after she hangs up and just sort of think about it for a moment. Okay. Well, I guess we're clear to do whatever we want.
Okay, what do you say? We can do whatever we
He
want.
said deal with it.
Oh,
Investigate, figure it out. So
I think we're dealing with
We'll
it.
have
She's
a-
gonna poke Judah. Make sure
Erik
he's
will
still
have
alive.
a bit of a smile come up on his lips. Like, does that mean we get to deal with Brennan?
I
Raymond?
think so.
or at least figure out what the fuck he's getting his fingers in.
And I think that's a great place
Could
for
be
us to
fun.
go to our break. So, folks, we'll be right back. We're just going to take a quick break, and we'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. We're back. So, hey, this is the portion of the program where we do a quick talk to the chat. Let's do 5 minutes real quick. So, how's everybody doing tonight? You having a good time at the old bike club?
Yes.
This is intense. The way
It's
you
been
guys are
fun.
doing things is awesome.
Pretty funny.
Okay. So, as we're getting out of that scene, let's see. Have we done anything? Let's see. You have not fed from a child. You have not experienced immense physical trauma. None of you have... Did you injure someone over blood? Yes. But you are below that humanity score, Lena, so you're fine. Have you... Yeah, no, you haven't done any of this, really. Yeah, no, you guys are fine for humanity. Good for you. But I hope you're having a good time here. Also, quick shout out. How is it 3 minutes until your birthday? It's 13 minutes. So Soul Omen in the chat is about to age. Congratulations. Nacro, my 5 minutes or your 5 minutes? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Are we playing Vampire Bingo of what they have not done in this episode? A little bit. They get a free space on this. Have they done... They've done awful things to my other game, which is great. So anyway, hey, welcome.
That was fun. Seeing Judah in here.
I'm so sorry.
Like, he literally was just gonna drop off a package and leave, and you're just like, whap!
It was, yeah, that was interesting. Like, I wonder why you didn't want me to play him as a vampire.
Right? So, folks, if you're tuning in for the first time, right now we are doing Vampire the Requiem 2nd Edition, and we are specifically using rules that were developed by None More Dark Publishing House, which is a group that puts together special rules, new editions, and things like that over on the Storyteller's Vault, which you can find at storytellersvault.com. It's basically where you go to buy new role-playing books these days, because everything is print on demand or digital PDFs and stuff like that. And we are doing specifically rules from this one because None More Dark is the only company that is doing basically 2nd edition clan books. It's not quite what they are. They're actually quite a bit more diverse than that. These are really, really impressive things. And I'm not just saying that because I wrote portions of them. Although the parts I wrote sure are written by me. Apparently people like them. I don't know. So it is... they're great books. I would really love it if you like this game. Go and get the books. They're pretty cheap. They are about like $10-12, I think, for the most part. You can get a package deal, and they've got one for everybody. The fiction is pretty solid. The rules have some really cool updates, and some of the powers are deliriously fun. Especially ones like the ones that allow you to like jump scare people. And like the Nosferatu book is just gold. It's gold. But I'd really love it if you go and support the people who wrote this book. I wrote a good portion of each one. I probably like about a fifth of each one, more or less. But there are some really talented writers. Everybody gets a chunk of it when you throw your money in, and it would be great to support them. Like my buddy Sam Young, who's the editor on the project. My buddies Mike Messiah and Roman Lanzarote also wrote on it. So did my friend Astor Crompton and my friend Astrid. Wrote on it as well, so it'd be great to see that supported. Plus, if you like Vampire the Requiem, this is how you get Vampire the Requiem content. A lot of the people who have written for these, and I'm forgetting a bunch of Chris's, because we have a bunch of Chris's on the project, which I was saying off camera earlier, we have too many Chris's. But a lot of the people who write for these books have written for Onyx Path in the past. You can find our editor Sam has done a lot of work on Werewolf the Forsaken, has done work on Beast the Primordial, has done some work on Vampire the Requiem as well, and yeah, be good to go support that. Yeah, so how's everybody else doing tonight? Y'all good?
Yeah, it's been great, and it's been a lot of fun gaming with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun getting back into it and figuring out what's going on.
Yeah.
And,
Remembering what our characters are like.
Yeah.
So, if you are liking this this game, quick reminder that the scheduling is going to be changing in February. The way that we're going to do things is the first Wednesday of every month is going to be Vampire the Requiem, taking the space of the Shards of Nirn. Basically, Shards of Nirn is going to run 3 or 4 out of the month, 3 or 4 weeks out of the month, and then 1 week is going to be like a pressure release valve where we do Vampire that night instead, just because that way I'm not running 5 nights in a row. And it takes a little bit of pressure off of players like Amy and Winter, who are in Shards of Nirn, which is our Wednesday night casual game. Plus, they get a little dolled up. It'll be good. We should also talk whether or not we want to start at 7 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock for those nights, but we'll talk about that later. 8 o'clock just means that we have a little less time, because a lot of you are working professionals. Like, Caitlin, do you work tomorrow?
Nope,
Okay.
I don't.
Well, lucky you. You just
Well,
have
'cause
to
I have
amp
another
up
game
all...
tomorrow night.
That's true. You do have the end of the Reign of Emeries.
I'm so excited.
I know.
You better get ready to die. Get ready to die.
I am.
I mean, Talfrin's already dead, so...
Yeah.
Spoilers.
So stealthy.
It's gonna be a
Do
lot
it
of
for
fun.
Talfie.
Do it for Tal
Do it for
Dragon.
him.
Yeah.
Do it for Tal Dragon.
You can turn into a ghost dragon.
Whoa.
Yes.
Hold on.
Like, actually? Because, what?
Well, I mean,
Amazing.
I think I've already
literally-
used stuff from Path of the Ancients, though.
Ghost Dragon.
Oh, man. Or Ancient Guardians.
Yeah, no, it's. I wouldn't actually let you turn into a ghost dragon.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe with your dying breath. Maybe with your super dying, your double dying breath.
It just kind of like... He just like turns into a ghost dragon and dissolves.
Yeah, wait, spoilers.
Sorry.
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 So, folks, anybody in the chat have anything they want to mention? I do want to say real quick, one of our patrons over on patreon.com/dorktales is in the chat right now. Soul Omen, one of our divine producers, is about to have their birthday, so we are going to be heading back into game in just a second. But I wanted to say, Soul, happy birthday. I really hope that you appreciate what is going to be happening in Dirge of XLR, Dirge 4 XLR. God, I had to make those names really similar. I hope you're going to enjoy what comes next week, and I hope you have a fantastic birthday. You're a really, really cool person, and you put a lot of yourself and your energy into Dork Tales, and I really appreciate it. So I hope you have a fantastic day. You're awesome. And yeah, so happy birthday. And if you want to receive the same level of love, go to Patreon now. I'll wish people happy birthday for on Patreon. Why not? But like, oh my god, thank you for that, Amy. Unrelated to the happy birthday. That's really funny. Well, I guess it depends what happens in the timeline. Depends what happens at the time. Do you folks mind waiting 6 more minutes so we can just say happy birthday to Sol when she turns her birthday?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we can easily shoot the shit for 6 minutes. Like, that's not a problem at all, even remotely.
Never.
Nope.
So,
I'm willing.
yeah, it really isn't. So tonight, I think we're going to go until around 11-ish because a lot of you have to work tomorrow. Does that work for y'all, or do I need to cut it to 10:45?
I'm
good.
unemployed.
Unemployed.
If you are getting money from Twitch, you're self-employed.
True, so maybe tomorrow I have to stream then.
You do. And don't forget that you can apply for CSRB if you're self-employed and have to restrict yourself due to COVID.
I think I'm...
You look up your situation.
I'll look it up. I'll consider it, but yeah.
Because I had to not stream for a week because I couldn't go into my living room to stream because I was quarantined in the bedroom, right? So it's like, I can't go into the rest of the house because there are people living in other parts of my house, right? Yep. It turned out I didn't have COVID, which is great, but I was put away.
Yep.
Careful
get
and
books
responsible.
for my special needs RPG kit. Hey, Chav Hunter, that is a fantastic cause that you're doing there, bud. If you are looking for role-playing books, you can check DriveThruRPG. They usually have a lot of cheaper PDFs, and they often have like sales on PDFs. If you have like a very small budget to work with, it could be really good. There there's a lot of diverse content there that you could look through that could be useful for that type of special needs, like community gaming. You can also go to Drive-Thru RPG is kind of like the main branch that covers Storytellers Vault, Dungeon Masters Guild, and I think there's like a card game version of it too. But you can, a lot of the games are like pay what you want. In fact, there's a pay what you want. I'm pretty sure it's a pay what you want game that I would strongly recommend to anybody who likes horror games, and that is called The Final Girl. Final Girl.
I was just thinking about that. I was like, that would be really fun to do on one of these one day.
Yeah,
I've
you know
heard
what?
of it.
Tell me
Did
more.
you not play it with us, Caitlin? I thought
I
you didn't. Didn't you play it when we went to the cabin that one time?
No. Did I?
Okay. Maybe. So
I don't remember
Final
playing
Girl
it at the cabin,
is
but
I don't
maybe
know.
we
it
did.
has a suggested price of $8, but it's pay what you want. It's by Gas Mask Games, and The Final Girl is a game that you play with a deck of playing cards where you create a horror movie. And it's really fun. It's really cool, and I strongly recommend it for anybody, because I freaking love it. But yeah, I can run that with you.
Yeah. I think we also played it more at the university. There was a small group of us that met there.
Yeah, I remember playing it up on campus once.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I
No, I
found the
just remember
greatest
playing
game.
the bomb shelter one.
The Bomb Shelter one was so good. I actually,
Yeah.
I talked about that game to the panel I was on last week, right before when my internet was all screwy, right before the Apocalypse World game. I mentioned that, and hopefully some of them are going to go play Sarcophagus.
Oh, that was
I
it.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Sarcophagus.
Caitlin, you are my sister.
Oh yeah.
I just found the best role-playing game, Millennial Apartment Hunters.
Oh,
God.
everyone
Oh,
Millennial-
loses.
no, too real.
Millennial
Too real.
Apartment Hunters is a satirical descriptive horror game designed to combine HGTV's Home Hunters, or House Hunters, with
Oh
the
my
harsh
God.
economic dystopia faced by young people trying to live in major cities.
How
So
is this
why-
satirical?
This is
Oh
too
my God.
real.
I'm putting that on my shopping cart right now
Oh my-
I
because
really
that
want
game,
to try the skeleton one.
Which
What
skeleton
skeleton
one?
one?
I mentioned in the Dork Tales
yeah.
chat a while ago, but it's like you basically start as like an animated like skeleton somewhere,
Mhm.
and you don't know anything about what you were, and like over the ages you start remembering stuff about like what you were and
Oh.
building it as it's going. And I just thought like it just sounded like a really interesting concept.
I thought you were talking about this game I got just the other day, Rest in Pieces, which is a game
That
where you're
sounds good
based.
too.
Yeah, it's a role-playing game you play with a Jenga tower. The whole thing is that you're
Interesting.
living with death, literally. He's your roommate. And you go on like adventure Zim style adventures with him. And
That's a little
Oh my
bit
gosh.
the mechanics are involved. You have to use a Jenga tower to do your moves,
Yeah.
Oh my
And,
god,
uh,
I would fail so
oh
hard,
my
but I
God.
like that so much.
right? Well, it raises tension.
Yeah.
Speaking of tension, that means we are looking at 5, 4, 3, 2. Come on, 3, 2, 1. Windows 11 took away the countdown.
What?
Oh.
I don't have access to the number, like the seconds anymore on Windows 11.
Countdown.
About
Oh.
6 seconds.
Yeah.
4, 3. It's still on my Windows 10. So I left. This is why I didn't update my laptop or my main.
Happy
computer.
birthday,
Happy birthday,
Happy
Soul!
birthday!
All right, there you go. Yep, just a room is £1,500 a month. Oh my god! No wonder you have to hunt chavs just to survive. Happy birthday, Soul. I hope you have an amazing day. And go do something fun. Play some video games. And I am going to get us back into Vampire the Requiem. Hey, you folks, go buy the books. They're great. They're right there beneath me. And I should probably put them on a rolling scroll. But happy birthday, Soul. And with that, I think we should head back into Vampire the Requiem Party Monsters. Do you have anything you want to do before we hop back in?
So we wanted to get a computer or something for CC to look at this stuff, and we also need to figure stuff out. Lena is honestly leaning towards like just going back to her place, even though it's a little bit out of town, because it has resources and is a haven.
Probably has a dungeon.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Easily seal people up there if needed.
Sounds good. And last question, what kind of music do you listen to?
Oh.
Modern, alternative, jazz, what do you listen to?
Let's go with jazz.
Okay, so I'm just going to grab some music to put on in the background, and then we're going to start a game. You mean there's no jazz? There's always jazz.
Then R&B?
I mean, I could put on Listen to My Words.
Oh my god.
Listen to all I have to say. Don't worry, I'm just going to get something on the background, then we're going to start. So I hope you all having a good time tonight. Thank you so much for being here with us on episode 2 and Field of Heroes now. Okay. All right, let's head back into game right about now. Hello, and welcome back to Vampire the Requiem Party Monsters. A brief drive later, you find yourself at Lena's Haven. What's the room like that you would have everybody in? Your lounge, your library, your study. You have quite a sizable manor.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Probably one of the lower in the basement. I think she's got like a sitting area, entertainment room that's sort of like her main go-to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick question: What have you done with our boy?
With the
With
remains of Nathan or Judah? Judah, she's gonna toss into a room in the basement. Probably she's got a bit of a dungeon going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So tossing him into a room in the basement. Do you bind him with anything, tape, or you just like throw him in?
I'll start binding him up
Yeah.
and just make sure that he's looks stable, and then just bind him up and let some of Lena's people take care of him,
Oh,
Yeah,
you did
I'll-
have
and
some rope.
tell them to let us know when he's conscious. Sorry,
Well,
go
I had
ahead.
some in the trunk.
So
You never know when you need rope in your trunk, so.
What are you doing in your sitting room? What are you talking about?
Lena's gonna go find a laptop because she's sure she's got one of those. Probably one she's never used or that has only ever been like set up once and then never touched again.
Maybe one that your staff uses to do things for you?
Yeah. So she'll pull one of those out and hand it over to Cece. And will. What's the best way to deal with the remains of a vampire?
There are many ways.
I
Burn
was
it.
thinking of just feeding it to my dogs.
That'll work.
That's typically what I do when you tell me to clean up a mess.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll toss that to the dogs unless there's anything we need left.
If you toss it to your familiar, it'll eat the bones.
Oh yeah, no, she's tossing it to Duchess. Yeah.
Its name is Duchess.
Yeah, Duchess, Princess, and Jasmine, I think are the name of the 3 names of her dogs. But
you
Duchess
forgot
is currently
Erik.
her familiar. Oh, and Erik is the 4th.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So, given that Duchess is part dead, basically, is a reanimated zombie dog, she will make quick work of that body. And the rotten meat will not bother her at all because she's part rotten meat. In fact, she's mostly rotten meat.
She looks pretty good. That's part of her thing, is that I make them look like they're alive. It's cool.
All right. So, out in the holding pens, your dogs tear apart the body and dispose of it. You toss Judah's limp form into a back room and tell your staff to mind him for when he awakens. And you are brought a computer. Now, I'm assuming that your staff uses or has access to a lightning plug, so you'll be able to plug in that iPhone.
Oh yeah.
So, as you do, you are... can I get from anybody who has the compute... even if you don't have it, you can make me a wits and computer roll.
not
One
going
success.
3 successes.
to.
Three
Actually,
successes?
no, I am. What's chance die when you have none? Like
A
get
1 or a
reduced to
10. You
nothing?
roll 1 dice. Tell me if it's a 1 or a 10.
Perfect.
No. All right. And Jillian, did you roll?
I rolled, but I rolled a chance die and I got a 5, so
Okay.
it's fine.
Sounds good. So, Lena and Cece, you wonder how exactly you are going to access this phone. It's obviously going to be password protected.
Is this Nathan's phone?
This is Nathan's phone. Yeah, the screen's busted. You can see a little bit of light, so it looks like its sensors are still working. It's just the LCD of the screen is kind of warped and distorted, so you can't really read it. But even to access it through a computer, you'll have to get through the password. If only you had his password, and as you are looking down and playing with it, Cece, you'll see that one of the things that will light up is the little ring around the camera.
Okay.
You touch the screen, the little ring will go around, and then you'll realize it's trying to face scan you.
Oh. Need his face or his fingerprint, maybe.
Do we still have any of them left?
Might as well try.
Go try and find out if any of him is left.
You head over to the dog pens. The dogs will immediately bristle as you approach. Their hackles rise up and will just give you this death glare.
Drop it.
They immediately drop it. The second that you step behind Erik, they're just... let's see. I'm going to roll a luck for you. You are going... Okay, so his face is gone. And you know what? I'm going to roll for his fingers. You are going to manage to get... one of his thumbs, one of his fingers, and okay. I'm going to roll a single luck dice for you to see whether or not the fingerprint in question is good enough to open that password.
Probably too decayed.
Okay. We're being raided by evil.
Oh!
Hello. All right. So, you are against all odds. I'm gonna say because it is someone's birthday in the chat today. You find a single thumb that is desiccated, but still juicy enough that it is going to have enough of a print on it.
Okay.
So, do you just pick that up with your bare hands? You make Erik pick it up? How do you get it?
Who are you talking
Erik
to?
will pick it up.
Okay. So Lena, Erik has a thumb. The
You think
bone is
this will
hanging
work?
out the bottom. It looks like it was partially gnawed on.
That's
I'll hold out
probably
the
sufficient,
phone
right?
and be like, touch it.
I'll touch it, not quite understanding how this works.
You hear like, and it clicks, and the screen will turn bright, although you can only see around the cracks in it. And you'll hear. After you play with it for a moment, CC, you kind of instinctively know where to touch on the screen when it says allow access to this computer, and you're like, it's around that point. Boop, 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 boop. After pushing on it a few times, you'll see these little lakes of broken LCD, like almost like ink behind the broken glass, start to go. But after a fashion, you will be able to get it working with the laptop.
Cool. Here we go. Let's see what we got.
Okay. What are you looking for?
What's on it?
What are you looking
Well-
for? It's a cell phone, so it has all of his records and stuff on it.
So like.
So I'll be
text
looking at who he was last talking to or corresponding with.
A quick
Recently
reminder, on
downloaded
iPhone,
files.
can you access the text message history through a computer? Through iMessage. I believe you can.
I'm not sure. I've never tried it.
Hey, I use an Android. Anybody in the chat that uses an
Hey,
iPhone,
I use an iPhone and I don't know.
let me know.
I wonder if there'd be a way to like get the app on the computer.
I feel like you can do that with iMessage because it seems like you would be able to. Like, I think it's all linked. But you'd be able to access his video
Downloads.
and his downloads and his camera from it for sure, because you can do that on Android.
Oh yeah.
You
let
probably
me
do more
see
on an Android, but I'm not a tech guy, so.
Well, I'm taking a quick look. Okay, just one sec.
Okay.
So you can do images, videos, audio, documents, compressed, and favorites.
Okay.
Favorites.
Like your bookmarks.
Yeah.
Like websites?
Yeah.
Ah.
Okay, so you'll have an extensive number of audio records. Looks like he used his phone as a like kind of like a tape recorder, and as well as a number of photos and videos.
And I'm going to copy all these and make a double of all of it, just in case,
Sounds good.
onto Lena's computer.
You gonna put any of it in the cloud?
No.
Okay, that's probably smart.
Yeah.
The technocracy will come over from the previous edition and get you.
Yeah.
They would.
Yeah, they would. Jump meta plot. All right. So while CC is doing all of that and getting the computer ready, what's the rest of you doing?
Probably just kind of standing there. If does CC say what she's doing at all, or just doing it?
She's just doing it.
So Eric's just kind of look around awkwardly, just kind of wait. Like,
Yeah, and
He's not
all
sure
you see
what's
is like
going
she's
on.
just like looking down a lot and just the whole like
I'm in.
I mean,
yeah.
did you find anything?
We're just waiting for the transfer. Give it a second.
Nice. Jillian's just gonna be laying on a couch. I assume there's probably a couch somewhere.
Oh, yeah,
There are
absolutely.
several couches down
Just
there.
like
Are
kicking
they?
her legs up in the air.
They are. I'm going to say that they are Italian leather, rich Corinthian leather, perhaps even, and but they are. It is obviously made of a lot of comfortable skin.
Nice.
also, there's evidence that the dogs have been around here.
Do you let them on the furniture?
Oh yeah, absolutely. They're my darlings.
Oh my
Fair
lord.
enough.
They're enormous too. Like they are the size of Jilly, if not bigger.
What kind of dogs are they again? They're
Was looking for the biggest breed I could find. They're like a Doberman Pinscher mixed with like a Great Dane, but
Oh, a
make them
Doberdane.
bigger. Yeah, they're big and cute, and I love them.
nice.
Amazing.
She's just gonna be kind of annoying and just like shouting things from the couch. You should look at his like pictures. See what he was doing. Or can you get his text messages? Or his contacts?
Does
I think you
anyone
can.
need refreshments? I can get someone to bring some blood.
Yep.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Eric doesn't answer because he assumes that this is not an offer for him.
Nice. All right. So CC, you
will
managed
be
to pull the records
surprised.
off the computer. Are you going to start pouring through them and seeing what you can find?
Sorry,
Susie?
can you repeat that once more?
Are you going to look through the things once they've transferred?
Yeah, I'm nosy.
Okay. Are you looking through the drive as well, or just the phone at first?
Phone first, but
Okay.
I think the drive will have more.
Okay, so there's a lot of data here, so I want you to do me a favor and give me an intelligence and computers roll at a -1.
Oh. Okay. Four.
4 successes?
Yeah.
You're gonna be. So, what are you looking for specifically as you're perusing? Just anything that catches your eye?
Incriminating. I don't know.
Incriminating. There are a lot of audio logs from Nathan where he is basically just doing reports.
I'll have those playing while I'm looking through files.
August 31st. Looking through offshore accounts for one.
Basically, what was he doing recently that would get him killed?
Okay, so October 21st. Offshore accounts for Bremen. Investments. Moving them into non-fungibles has been suggested. I swear to Christ, if you ever have to try to explain NFTs to a corpse, don't.
And it is playing so that everyone that's around can hear it too.
Trying to move.
So boring.
Trying to move a number of assets into non-fungibles. Transferring a portion of the Carthians' holding accounts into Bitcoin. Yay! If the world's still here in 100 years, I'm sure we'll be happy to be rich. And then it cuts to about a week ago. So actually, this audio recording is going to begin with, it's going to drop the date, which is about a week ago. Going through some basic accounting procedures, trying to explain to Mr. Adams that the accounts are in... Okay, hopefully, if you are listening to this, you're supposed to listen to this.
Oop. That's not us.
I was doing some work for some of my higher-ups in the Carthian movement, and consider this a last will and testament if anything happens to me. There is some sketchy stuff going on. And normally I'd be okay with that, but this kind of is a bit much. In the last year, Kalika has managed to take over the movement entirely from Bremen. And I don't know where the money's going, but she's funding into something that is definitely sketchy. I've been watching her funds mostly transfer into things with blockchains so that she can do basically dark web transfers. Basically, I can't see where it's going, but I'm a forensic accountant. I can do basic analysis. I think she's planning something major. I think she's going to try to kill Prince Emil. And normally this wouldn't, necessarily be a thing that I would dislike, but I can't stand her. Anybody but her, man. Seriously. So I've hired a guy to go and check all of the security feeds that I could pay to get pulled from around her properties, and I told him that I was looking for something completely different, but I just want a tracking on her. I just want movements. I want to see who's been going in and meeting her. I don't trust this bitch one bit. Honestly. I'm gonna need help. And if you're listening to this, God, I hope that you are... if you are Kalika, suck my dick, okay? I'll probably dead, double dead, but just suck my double dead dick. And if you're not Kalika, then I'm sorry, that was probably improper. And I really hope this you don't hold this against me if you're, like, my new friends. Anyway, I have a dead drop of all of my stuff You want to check my contacts for a guy named Charles Booth? That will take care of everything. If you're the right person, then I would have left the code word with you to deal with him. Fuck, I hope I'm not dead and I get to delete this. And then it's going to just click out.
Whoa, that was interesting. At that, Jilly's gonna sit up on the couch. Okay.
So, what? He didn't tell us any code word.
Yeah, we have to find out the code word.
Man we have downstairs knows the code word.
Does he?
Or perhaps Grigori? Because wasn't he arranging to meet with him?
True. I mean, the guy's right there. We can go interrogate him a bit more. That was pretty fun last time.
When he wakes up, he's all yours.
I'm also curious about what's on the package he brought.
Footage? Probably?
Yeah. If that's related to this or not.
Probably. Let's take a look.
Sure. It'll take you a couple of hours to look through all of the footage and click through it, but what I'd like is anybody who's putting some time on this can make me a... you can make me either intelligence or resolve, plus... actually, for long-term studying the footage, it's going to be resolve and computers.
I will do
I'm gonna spend a willpower for this. Whoop.
I should have taken one
Sorry, I
dot
dropped
in
something.
computers. But I didn't.
No, I took a single dot.
3
Well,
successes.
that's good.
3 successes, okay.
I have investigation, though.
You know what? I'll say it could be computer or computer or investigation. So if that would have given you more dice, Winter, you can roll an extra one.
I got a single success with 7 dice.
Holy crap! That's an Amy roll.
Yeah.
2. All right, and so Winter, you had 3, so we're at 6 successes. And Erik, are you going to be doing anything as you are monitoring? Also, hello, Raid. Good to see you.
This is way outside of Eric's comfort level. Computers, technology, not his thing. He's just gonna be just probably standing near the dogs, making sure that they're fed if they still seem hungry.
You can just stare at the video.
So you're going to see a couple of times the video has actually been altered a bit. It's mostly security cam footage from about a dozen different properties around Vancouver. One of them is what looks like it's an ATM that faces an old closed down I think high school. And you're going to see a bunch of comings and goings as you're looking at that. The same group of people. Real kind of just like average dressed people. Most of them are wearing like masks because this is like footage of during COVID times. But you're going to recognize the same jackets, the same hats. These are like the salt of the earth type of people, like just generally like kind of dressed in like thick pants. A lot of them are wearing like some of them are wearing coveralls pretty regularly. Some of them are unironically wearing like cargo pants. But the type of cargo pants that actually are like used for work. You know, the type with stains and tears and patches and things like that. And you're going to see that there's security footage of about a month of them kind of like showing up to the same place. But it looks like the footage has been... you can't make their faces out very well. Like the footage seems to be blurred. Like it was kind of ran through a filter. Not taking a look at it with those successes, you're going to be able to tell that the filter was added. Well, it was added to the footage later, or the camera was out of focus. It is not that they are vampires and therefore have that kind of like warping effect. So you're looking at that. You're going to see that. You're also going to see that there are a couple of recurring figures that keep meeting one of these cameras is going to be placed outside of an expensive condo building down just off the waterfront in downtown, and kind of in like the Cole Harbor area. And down there, you are going to see that the door camera going in and out of this condo repeatedly, 3 times within the span of a 2-week period, you are going to see the... How to explain this? The camera is cleaned up as much as possible, but this woman is unnaturally blurred still. Her features are smudged, but in spite of that, you can get the sense that her hair is voluminous. Intensely large, curled, almost like a full 80s glam rock type of thing. And as she walks through, she does so with this very, very purposeful strut. And then one time, right at the end, the camera will actually focus for just a heartbeat as she smiles at the doorman, and you are going to get a shot of, in crystal clear, the best refocusing that technology could buy, of a woman that you will recognize as Rhonda, a deva of the Circle of the Crone. One of the 2 leaders of the Circle of the Crone, meeting at Kalika Khan's condo, as far as you can tell. You will also see that there is a secondary person there who is meeting as well, and that is this man who keeps showing up. Now, he's fairly... so as you are looking through this, you're going to see that there's this one man that you don't recognize specifically. He doesn't appear to be a vampire or anything, but he is going in and out a couple of times, kind of kind of a squat, thick sort of man, kind of stoop shoulders, that kind of boxy, I mean, God, like Wolverine kind of build. So looking at him, he is built thick, wearing a leather jacket, a large burly black beard curling out. Kind of looks like a big beefy Dave Grohl. And is constantly wearing this wide-brimmed hat. The man's probably in his mid to late 40s. And is constantly wearing this cloth pork pie hat. As you are looking through that, there are a number of files that are there as well. And actually, the files, with your investigation, you'll be able to pull them out, do list some suspected people. Rhonda, question mark? Rhonda, last name unknown, works or owns one of the retro bars downtown. Had stakes in EXP bar, closed. Had stakes in Stormcrow, closed. Bad at investments, question mark? Exclamation mark. And then you are going to see that there's a bunch of various information that seems pretty just kind of disjointed, but related to that one guy that you see go in those couple times, there is going to be actual little bit of blurb of information. It looks like this Judah guy was able to do a little bit of records pulling and get a police report. There is a photo of this guy, a mugshot. It looks like his name is Lance Coker. That's Kokker. He is apparently 58. He looks very young for his age. Was arrested for assault about 5 years ago. Got into a bar fight and broke every bone in this guy's face. He might have invented new bones to break. And and will have a mention there that says working with Charles Booth ? And then beneath that, Mafia ? And that's what you're going to pull out with 6 successes. Right there. You can ask for any elaboration if you want, but those are going to be the big things you're going to get.
So that's going to be
Nice.
the most interesting stuff.
So it looks like Rhonda from the Circle of the Crone, as well as looks like a gang of ordinary people. Honestly, they kind of look like the type of group that would be like blue collar workers, like a neighborhood watch type of thing. Had been meeting with Kalika, and actually from that as well, you are going to see from that meeting. Let me see if he would have remembered to blur that. He did not. So there is a. You will just barely see in the frame of the group that met at the school, Arrow Hardware and Supplies. So they're connected to that somehow because that's their van that they pulled up in. Besides that, someone named Lance Coker, who might be related to the Mafia somehow. And yeah, there's quite a few different things. Can I get anybody who's looking at that though can make me? If you bring up the mob, let me know. Let me just put it that way.
It says that he might be related to the mob in the notes.
Mafia?
Okay. Well, that was easy. make me an int in politics roll or an int in streetwise roll. Either is sufficient. Highest roller gets
Not
the
any
prize.
kindred or anything, so just
He is
politics.
Kindred
It is
will apply.
kindred. So int and politics?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Come on, dice. Do better.
1.
None. Nope.
1.
Nothing. 0.
Okay.
2.
More
2.
dice does not make me better at rolling.
Okay. 2. All of you know, well, the 2 of you who succeeded know that there is there's a kindred who works very closely with the Mafia. A man named Joaquim. Now, I don't have my notes in front of me. What clan does he belong to?
Joaquim?
Yeah. He's an Invictus, right? Or is he one of the other varieties? Is he Lankea? Yeah, he's Lankea. But
Yeah.
Joaquim, what clan is he, you think?
Ava.
Adeva? Alright, sounds good. I was just actually letting you guys pick there because I realized I hadn't chosen his clan.
Well, I thought you were like
I
leading
thought
towards
so.
something. I'm like, no.
No, I was just asking.
Okay.
I was letting you guys have some agency there, but
Oh,
never
okay.
again. All right. So, you know that there's a member of the Lankea Sanctum, the Lankea Et Sanctum, pardon me, that works within the Mafia system. Generally, he was quite a talented lawyer back in the day, and still does a lot of their casework to get them off on various crimes and I mean, just generally stuff that doesn't seem to harm. Well, that's a loaded question, but you get what I'm saying. Basically, gets them off. We'll go with that. If you needed to meet anybody inside of the Mafia, Joaquim would be the person to do it. And with 2 successes, Cece. Is Cece a religious person at all?
Not really, no.
Okay. Then you know him because once upon a time, when your sire was with you at Elysium, right after you were first introduced to the city, your sire got into quite an argument with this man, Joachim. Joachim is a handsome man of mixed German and Spanish descent, who is definitely very passionate. And the way that your sire operates, I mean, Hadrian's a dickhead.
Yeah.
And you've never seen anyone tear a strip out of him like Joachim did.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the way that he kind of just offloaded you on the city and like, yeah, so she's good to go type of thing. And all you remember hearing as you walked up was Joachim strip him down about his responsibilities. It was something akin to, you brought her into this. It is your responsibility to take care of her. And if you don't deserve to be here. You don't deserve to be anywhere. You're just a piece of trash. As you approached, the tensing confrontation broke up, but since you were still trying to find your way in the world and into whatever covenant you would end up, he did quickly offer you a business card and say that if you ever needed to come down to his church, well, to where the Lancaet Sanctum meets at least, to learn a little bit about what they do.
Okay, cool. So I have that as a contact.
Yep, you have it. You have it somewhere.
Okay.
Maybe a picture of it in your phone. And let me just remind myself where they moved, because I realized the church I was going to do got burned down by the hunters at the previous hunter game. So they are going to be at, let's say, they are in the basement of, there is a place called, we'll say the, we'll say St. Michael's, because
Why not?
why not? We'll say it's St. because I'm not going to actually pick one of the actual churches in Vancouver, because that might just get me in trouble.
Yeah.
Is there a St. Michael's in Vancouver? There probably is. What's another saint besides Michael, John?
Christopher.
Sure, Saint Christopher's. We'll say it's Saint Christopher's Holy Order. And it is a strip mall church. You know
Ew.
the type I'm talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
And that is going to be located right next to the Dead Mall in Vancouver. You know the one I'm talking about. And if you don't, Google Dead Mall Vancouver, because there's a hell of a blog about it. Dead Mall. So, that is what you will know.
Okay.
Kingsgate. Yeah, there it is. Oh, Kingsgate Mall.
I didn't know if you wanted to say the name or not. But yeah, that's it.
Google it. It's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Read about it. All right. So what do you all do?
So
Oh, thank you.
what do we want to do first?
Drink.
I mean, that's a good option. I like that option.
Mm-hmm.
Might know somebody who can give us some more information about this aerial hardware and supplies company. I have a contact in the labor union who sometimes sets me up with people that need to be disappearing.
Right. Okay.
Nice. Useful.
Well, this seems like it just became much more of a pain in our asses than it originally seemed, so there's that.
That's true. We did get roped into some shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, question.
Yes.
The current prince. Clan,
Charles Emile. Yeah.
and do we know clan or sect?
Charles Emile is, I am 90% sure Deva. Let me just check my notes. He is a Deva of the Invictus, if I'm not mistaken.
Excellent.
He, to give you a sense of what he looks like, Charles Emile is a pretty average-looking man with a bit of a comb over, a mustache, and is a rather weak-willed prince. He is not particularly well-liked, and seems to rule from a backing council more than anything. He's a figurehead. Kind of looks like Gomez Adams, if we're being 100%.
But we don't want him to get replaced by someone from the Carthians.
Or anyone who's actually willing to have a backbone and stand up to the current system of power that benefits us.
True.
So what's your next step?
Well, okay, let's just... So we've got all this information, and we were supposed to be bringing Nathan over to share information. But he's dead now.
Yes.
So our original objective is now not that.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like the Carthians got to him.
Information might have been what he was trying to share with us.
This,
Might
that
have, we should probably pass this along.
I don't know if this is something we want to pass along through. Something we might want to try and do in person. But I'll admit, Grigori did not sound like he wanted anything to do with this.
And he's the one that gave us the job, right?
Yes.
Well, why don't we go and check Nathan's place to see if he had any more information? Did someone...
I got his key. And his license. His driver's license.
Nice.
Whatever's left in his wallet.
So maybe
Nice.
there's backups of the original footage. If he was getting it doctored.
Also, Joaquin. And possibly try and talk to him about the Lance individual.
Who's Charles Booth that he supposedly...
No clue.
No,
but
but he
wasn't
said to
there a
look at his
note?
contacts.
Yeah, and wasn't there a note that he's Lance was working with this Charles Booth? Lance might know the word to...
Yeah.
Yeah, we should find this Lance Coker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we want to try and figure out who some of those people on the video were that were smudged out?
We can
That's what I would
try,
like to know.
but it's really grainy.
Well, like I said, I might be able to get a lead on the company
Mm-hmm.
if they're part of a union.
Does any of these ideas, like, seem like the ideal way to go? Because, like, with the actual information in front of her, Lena has a better idea than me trying to imagine it.
Yeah, I think this is a good way to go, because if you don't figure this out quick, who knows what plans are in the works.
Yeah. So, the
And who
ones that are
knows-
standing out are, like, Lance Coker, Charles Booth, and whatever the hell it was that Nathan left for them. For Charles Booth.
Yeah, and whatever it is, the Carthians are trying to sweep it under the rug.
I think it's also worth mentioning that it's interesting that Brayman was at the scene, even though it possibly sounds like he might not have a reason to have killed Nathan if Nathan was possibly exposing Kalika, disposing him.
It sounded like Brayman was doing some sketchy shit, though, right? That was the really boring first part.
I'll admit
was
I
that
kind of
Brayman? I thought
glossed
that was
over that.
Kalika.
Maybe Nathan had some information on Brayman that Brayman didn't want getting out. Or Brayman's in the works with Kalika.
What do we know about the relationship between Brayman and Kalika themselves? If Brayman was the previous head,
You'll have to make me an intelligence politics roll.
I'm going to spend willpower.
Sounds good.
I'm going through all my willpower.
Gonna
Okay,
make it.
what is your Invictus status?
I don't think I have that noted.
Okay, so
as anything.
it should be 1 at least. So do me a favor and do this at a -1, because the more Invictus status you have, the less you're going to be able to know about the Carthians.
Cool. Okay, sorry. It was intelligence plus politics?
Yeah.
Plus kindred politics specialization? Okay, plus willpower.
-1. So yeah.
-1. Okay.
So just cancel out your specialty.
No, I got nothing. I got nothing.
They don't tell you, you fucking bootlicker.
Just no fucking clue. 8 dice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I love it. Would you like to turn that into a dramatic failure?
Yeah, sure.
They absolutely hate each other. And if you approach Brayman with this knowledge, you think that he would be willing to provide lots of information just to send Kalika up the river.
Okay.
Sounds like a great plan. Let's do that.
Yeah, okay. Let's go talk to Brayman.
Take a beat.
If Brayman killed Nathan, I don't think that's what we should do. I'm not the best at planning,
Well, we don't know that
but I
Brayman
don't want to go right
was
to
the
someone
one
who
killed him. We just know he was at
Yes,
the scene.
that's true. But we don't have any other leads. I think it's risky, and I think we have some better options.
Hmm.
Yeah, and where did we say we were? Well, we were saying we were gonna like.
I like the idea of checking
Back
out
'em up.
Nathan's place.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too. Get a little more information first, and then wait for the guy downstairs to wake up, and then get information out of him too, because he might have the word, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's true. Okay.
Mm.
We could probably go wake him up.
Now try not to scare him too much. Oh, we could do that now. Because he didn't give much information when I scared him first, so.
Hmm.
It'll be nice this time. I guess. It's not as
Right,
much fun.
let's-
You might know about the original footage too before it got edited too.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go talk
Or
to him.
wasn't he the one who edited it?
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, let's get him.
All right. So heading into the back room, you'll find that he has woken up and is trying to get through some of the duct tape on his hands behind his back. He'll kind of try to sheepishly kind of hide it from you as you head inside, but with 4 of you, it's hard to hide it from every angle.
We expected that.
Oh, so cute. I
I
like when they struggle.
didn't see anything. Please don't.
The footage on the drive. Where are the originals? The undoctored footage.
Deleted. Most of it. There's a little bit on a backup cloud server that has some of the juicy stuff.
Ooh.
We need it.
I need to be let go, or else everybody's gonna get it. It's on a dead man switch.
So everybody's gonna get what?
The
What's
information.
going on, bud?
Pictures of her eating somebody.
Who?
Kalika Khan. Footage, full footage.
What's got you tied up in all this mess?
I'm just a friendly neighborhood videographer.
Uh-huh.
I don't care what you fucks do.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to go home.
See, here's the thing. We really don't like Kalika Khan.
Kind of a bitch.
I just don't like most people.
Yeah, me neither.
It's okay.
If you don't like her, if you let me go, I'll give you all sorts of shit on her. So I don't like her either. She's been trying to manipulate and use people for years now, and I've never really trusted her, and I honestly, she's really. How about we make a deal?
Look at Miss Masters.
I think it would be great to make a deal.
Okay. Let me go and I'll tell you how she's planning to use vampire hunters inside of the city. And has been for years.
Can you provide proof?
Yep. And I think that's where I'm going to call game right there. I think that's a good place to call game right there.
That's hilarious. Oh my
Oh,
god.
Judah, you coward.
Lena's sitting here going like, I've got money. Let's get this guy on retainer.
Yeah, he just wants to get the fuck out of here and
Just
live.
like, money.
As he does.
As he does. Also, nobody said they searched him, so that cell phone he hit up his ass is definitely gonna come in handy later if he can get his hands undone. All right. So, did any of you, as we're going out of game here, did anybody do any aspirations?
My aspirations were make sure the Carthians have a bad day and discover who killed Nathan Sutton.
Okay, so I will give you one beat towards make sure the Carthians have a bad day. That'll be an ongoing one.
Perfect. My long-term one is refortify the Invictus's power in the city.
I'll include that in the previous beat, so you'll get one beat for the two of those.
Cool.
Anybody else have an aspiration they want to lean into?
Not really
Get
for
into a
this
fight,
one.
but I don't know if
Not
that
yet.
really was a fight.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, I'll count it. You got into a wrestling match.
Okay. I actually only put a short term and a long term. Do we get two short and one long?
You get two short terms and a long term.
Okay, because the long term was gained more status in the Invictus.
You're working toward it. I'm not going to give you a beat for that quite yet. But
No,
soon.
it was like the memory was kind of close on the whole like bringing down Hadrian thing, but I was like, nah.
Okay. Jillian, did you have any that you put down?
When I haven't gone towards any yet. So
Okay, cool.
That's okay.
Sounds good.
Next
All right. On
time.
top of that, I'm going to give you 3 beats for the night. And if
I'm
anybody
going to say,
thinks that
Jillian, what are you talking about? Didn't you want to feed somebody one of your special candies?
I do that all the time. That would be
yeah, you'd only be able to milk that once.
Yeah.
Would anybody like to put anybody else, another player, up for a particular moment in game that they think they deserve a beat for?
Winter.
What?
All right. So
The whole snack acquiring.
Winter for your sketchy roommates.
waterworks,
Gain an extra beat for that.
I would like
you
to
gave me one
nominate
already
Jilly
for that.
Oh, for creepiness, I'll give
for
one
being
to.
absolutely creepy.
Also, just going from like sweet to like just stripping off into that like outfit that you're wearing right now. Just going, I'm a sweet little bunny girl. Now I'm in bondage mode and I'm gonna eat
fucked.
you. Yeah, I'll give you an extra beat for that.
It was
Okay.
great.
All right, so you get 3 beats plus those bonus beats. Beats, Bears, and Battlestar Galactica. All right. So that means that everybody's coming out with at least 3. Winter, you're coming out with, I think, 5. Lena's coming out with 4. And Caitlin's coming out with 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so do lots of stuff.
Oh.
And
I also got the one from the dramatic failure.
Yeah.
I think it was
there you
5
go.
total.
So take dramatic failures as you will. Nobody is going to take a any type of extra beat for conditions or anything like that. But there's always time for that later. And that's going to be it for tonight, folks. We're going to be back on, let's see, we're back in like 2 weeks. We'll be back on February 2nd. We'll be here on Groundhog Day. So come join us at either 7 or 8, check the schedule, for episode 3 of Vampire the Requiem Party Monsters here on Dork Tales. And if you have a sec, definitely go down to Storyteller's Vault, look up None More Dark, and Ventru, Deva, Maquette, and Nosferatu. The new books are there, as well as the revised clan books. Everything that None More Dark does is fantastic, and they deserve your support. Not just because I write for them. There are many people handsomer and cleverer than me that write on them. And I hope that you come and support us. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you very much for playing, folks. And as always, thanks to the patrons at patreon.com/dorktales that keep this channel up and running. If you'd like to join them and gain some additional content, like a once-a-month podcast and some other cool things that we're going to do when we hit 50 patrons, go to patreon.com/dorktales, like Happy Birthday, Soul Omen. Soul Omen is one of our divine patrons, along with DM Michael Gray and Shulton, as well as our demonic patrons, Nacro and Bracarius, and our princes of the Patreon, Taryn and Buddy. Thank you so much for supporting. Honestly, I couldn't do this without your support, and then the channel wouldn't be here. So thank you so much for being with us. Good night, everybody. Have a fantastic night. And once again, thank you very much to my players. Oh, speaking of which, you can buy a Party Monster shirt at the TeePublic store right now. I have one in the mail right now, so I'll be wearing it hopefully next game.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna be it from us. Good night, everybody.